1, 2, 3. We want to welcome everybody to Mom and Dad Talks. Our favorite two people are Mom and Dad, and we have Hantie. Good to see you, Hantie.
Hi.
Mom is, well, we'll
She's
find
at,
out.
she's at a treat. No.
Yeah,
She's at a retreat.
yes. So hopefully she retreats herself right back home here, Dad, before we finish Mom and Dad Talks. If not,
Is she spending the night?
no,
Oh,
she's coming back. So with that in mind, folks, um, the whole debate with Trump, former President Trump, and Vice President Kamala Harris, who's running for president. What are your thoughts on that?
I just thought it was terrible about his comments about Haitians
Hmm.
in Ohio eating cats and dogs. That was horrible for him to call out a specific race and do that derogatory comment to them.
Yeah, eating cats and dogs in Ohio. So watch out for your cats and dogs in Ohio. Be careful of that, everybody. There's a shortage. They must be sending a whole lot of dogs and cats over there from other shelters to replace the dogs and cats they lost. Hantie, their dad. You have any? What's your thoughts on this debate thing?
Well, I've read several of the comments that people made, and the next morning, the news commentators were trying to say that nobody won the debate, but people like you and me are writing in saying she zoomed him.
Mm.
He didn't. He, it's hard to put class with no class.
True.
Yeah.
And not have a winner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hers is what we are used to. As far as, I mean, whether her format and platform is getting her by,
Mm-hmm.
but she just has, when somebody has sense and they show it,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to convince some people.
You would think, like I said, from what I was reading the reports on, it's like President Trump had like something like 38 lies, and she had one lie.
What? Yeah.
And you guys live longer than me, but when I've been watching presidential debates, it was more of a thing of trying to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And so try to be believable, and we've gotten to a state in America where it's the likability test. I just like him. Well, he's lying. Why do you like a liar? I mean, they don't want you to lie on the stand. It's really hard for me to really deal with this because people who like liars, and the Bible talks about this, that he'll send strong delusions because you want to believe a lie.
That's
You have
true.
people who want to believe a lie, and that's what they're going for. We just want to believe it because we just want to so bad, even though it's wrong. And I think that's disturbing to me that people are still going for it. And we talk about this unfortunately more than we like to. It's like, Kamala, to me, she seems to be more presidential right now than our former presidents, who was a presidential. And 38 lies, that's a lot.
And not only that, when you classify the people that are crossing the border as being rapists and drug dealers, and that's, how do you say it? A low level attack, a baseless attack.
Let's look at it this way. If I said all police officers were racist, that would not be a true statement if the shoe was on the other foot.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to categorize a group of people where a lot of them are hard workers. A lot of them just want a better life. A lot of them come in this country like a lot of people. Most of us are immigrants, except for the Native Americans. Some of us in chains, some of us because they want a better life. And, on the Statue of Liberty, give us you're tired, you're poor, you're yearning masters, yearning to be free. It says it on the Statue of Liberty. When did that stop? What kind of people are we trying to bring into this country? I thought it's for all people. I thought, this was make this country great. It's a melting pot. Instead, it's turned into a furnace of just trying to purify people in a certain direction. That's kind of scary to me. You guys lived this, but what else are your thoughts on this?
It really surprises me that the people that are super rich
Mhm.
are still supporting this man and not, how do you say it, and not opening their eyes to really the deranged spirit that he has in himself. And that came out very clearly in debate. I stayed up and watched the whole thing, and it got to be really hard to watch. And then my heart went out to him. And the fact is that this man has tendencies to be really mentally ill.
Mhm. You know, I think we've gotten to a situation where, the Bible talks about the real sin of Sodom and Gomorrah. There's more than just the sins that we that the Bible talks about, right? The sins of adultery and fornication and stuff. And it comes down to that how you treat the poor. That's what it says in Ezekiel. Those that can't help themselves. That's why God destroyed them. It's how they treated the poor. Added to that. And we're getting to a point in this country where people are so selfish, they don't care about those that are disadvantaged, who are well off. And when we start becoming like that, everybody becomes mean.
Yes.
And I'm seeing a lot of mean people out there. We talked about, the shooting that went down. You know, think about it. You have a lot of deranged and sick people out there
Mm-hmm.
that don't mind for someone. My dad is a teacher, my wife's a teacher, my grandmother's a teacher. And I can't imagine you guys going to school one day and never coming back because someone had a bad day. My heart goes out to those families there. And, we have a president that wants to keep this thing going, and they're going to take your land. They're going to, and this fear mongering, and fear makes people go into a direction because, oh, they're going to take our lands, even if it's false. They just want to believe it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just disturbed by this. I mean, any other thoughts before we get ready to end here? Because, like I said, I think the reason why the rich are really supporting him because they don't want to be taxed. They don't want to pay their fair share.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all Americans need to pay our fair share. That's how we keep this country safe. That's how we keep our police. That's how we keep our education. That's how we keep our armed forces, going. You have to pay that and keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody pays their fair share. We get out of debt. But there's certain people that don't care about America. That's just my opinion. Hantie, you want to say something to Dad?
No, I was clearing my throat, but I was also taking in what you were saying that, you know, bottom line for me is I can't pay too much attention to what he says, because he talks too much, and he doesn't have a filter as to what we the people are going to be hearing and taking into account.
Mm-hmm.
And that's damaging. Years ago he damaged himself as far as that's concerned, of just not thinking about what he's saying. And
But I think he's catering to a base. And when that base is saying and fanning the flames and stuff, even if it's a wrong base,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm really disturbed about is you got to be a president for all Americans, just not for a certain, but you have a certain group that just wants to bully the rest of America. And that's the part that really bothers me. You want to bully the rest of America because of how you I mean, just imagine if the shoe was on the other foot. You feel bullied, but you're becoming a bully.
Yeah.
You know, and then you don't even care. It's like, well, we just want to do it. Okay, but what are the consequences of that happening? Because there's always consequences. And like I said, even with our education system, if people would do the right thing, our education system would be fixed. But because there's selfishness involved and there's agendas involved, we don't want everybody benefiting from it. We have this. But we'll talk about it another time. But the last thing here is like, he said President Trump said if he finds something better, he wants to get rid of Obamacare. That man hates President Obama so much. And as a Republican, what people don't understand is that was a Republican's idea of national health care. Now you got to understand, folks, you can say whatever you want, but the insurance companies and the hospitals were complaining that they're both getting robbed because they were losing money. You don't hear them complaining no more. Have you heard insurance companies say, man, this is a bad idea? Have you heard a hospital say this is a bad idea? Is it perfect? No. But you know what? Last time I checked, I haven't seen a hospital close in a while. Before Obamacare, I was seeing hospitals close, insurance companies, we can't afford people no more because everybody's got to pay their fair share. Got to understand, nobody complains about automobile insurance. I mean, the state of Michigan has no fault. Most states have it now where you can't drive your car without insurance.
That's right.
It's illegal. They will pull you over. Trust me, the cops will pull you over and give you a citation. But no one complains about it. Why? Because it's safe for everybody and everybody pays their fair share. Guess what? It's gonna be better for everybody. But when you don't pay your fair share and you want to get over and something then happens,
yeah, it's when money becomes your god, it is very dangerous.
Yeah.
Very dangerous. Money is the ways of getting what you need, what is necessary.
It's just a tool. It's just a tool to make things better, to make society better. But when it becomes
money is just a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Just a piece of paper.
You can't take it with you to the kingdom.
Oh,
but
no.
these guys say whoever has the most money wins. And one of those say, hey, you know what? I got more money than you. Okay, fine. But what are you doing with it? Are you making a difference with it? Or are you just hoarding it? And the Bible talks about that. So you're hoarding it for what? It's going to be gone. And guess what? Generations down the road, they're going to spend it and have a good time with it. And everybody's going to be broke anyway.
The love of money
is the root to all evil.
The root to all evil. Correct.
Well, any last comments before we end Mom and Dad Talks today? We were trying to wait for Mom, but obviously she would have a whole lot to say tonight. But she
would.
But she missed it. She missed it.
She missed it. She said she's gonna be on time, Dad. Just remind her of it.
Okay. But, I'll tell her we had a fabulous time.
Yes. Yes. This is gonna be
not too much, Dale. Don't
overdo it, Dad. But I just want to leave everybody with this thought. Whoever can take care of the least of these.
Yes.
Just want you to think about that. Someone less fortunate than you. Think about them today and try to make a difference. That's what God's going to judge you on, how you treat the least of these, not the most of these.
Yes.
So next time we'll see you on Mom and Dad Talks, and you all have a blessed weekend. Bye.
Okay. Bye.